This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience.
Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today's topic is a juicy one, trend forecast for 2021. Ooh. May I remind you though, before we get to it, if you haven't already but do wish to, consider subscribing to my channel here on YouTube, pushing the notifications button, or you could even step it up a notch and become a member. Join today and become a member of my YouTube channel and our YouTube community, the Fashion Bunker. Help the channel out and also get special perks for it. You can also join me on Patreon, Super Dacob, all spelled together. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank my patrons and my members for having pledged. Thank you so much. Let's get to the trend forecast for 2021. Now, 2020 is ending. And we're really all happy. I think we could all say that we're happy. Maybe there's a couple of people who have become multi-billionaires this year. Hello, Amazon. Hello, Musk. Or whatever their names are. But the rest of us are, probably most of us are really happy that it's kind of getting to an end. And we're hoping that 2021 will bring better times. With better times comes the hope of better fashion, or any sort of fashion really, because since years fashion has been dead. What is the trend forecast for 2021? What will it deliver? What's in? What's out? Let's get to it. What is definitely, I think, still going to be in is the sweatpants and sweatshirts, because 2021, I know you want to hear it's going to be great. We're going to go out again, meet people. It's going to take a while. I think we have another year ahead of us that's going to be quite in isolation. I know this sounds terrible, but at least the political landscape will change and will become better come end of January. Here's hoping. So I do think that we have to work towards enhancing the comfortable clothes. I think people have realized that comfort is the word du jour. Brands are not going to be delivering, or they will be if they're crazy, but they won't be selling complex concoctions that are just quite editorial ready, but really uncomfortable to wear. Comfort is the word du jour. That's why I have already passed over to cardigans, soft, easy wear that is just super, super comfy. Like this cardigan I'm wearing today, it's just amazing. It just makes me feel like I'm in this cashmere cocoon. And it's wide enough under the armpit. It moves with me, it flows, the shoulders are proper, you could sit down, you could stand up. It's long enough to cover the kidneys in case I have to go out for a second to buy some food and there's a cold wind blowing outside. These things are important. These elements, these details are going to be important for 2021. Health and comfort. Not so much so the flashiness. I think we're going to be seeing toning down of flashiness. Sorry, Dior, with your Kenny Sharf collection and collaboration. I ain't seen that happening because it already happened like 6 years ago with Jeremy Scott for Adidas with Kenny Sharf. But anyway, shade aside, comfort, comfort, comfort. By the way, I'm filming this video live as announced at the beginning of the video. So I have my virtual live studio audience in the chat room right now. Let's see if anybody has some ideas of what they think is going to be a hit for 2021. So let's see. Oh, here's this. Debbie says, oh, heck yeah. Athleisure, like athletic leisure. That's a good word. Athleisure is here to stay for a while. I'm telling you guys, athletic leisure, comfy, 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 comfy. It can have wacky elements and details. Kenny Sharf for Dior. Here, we can show it. Showed it already, but you could show it again in this video. This is Adidas with Jeremy Scott Adidas with Kenny Sharf. I even have the Adidas hanger here. Comfortable, really comfortable fleece. By the way, the inside, look at this comfortable, soft, fluffy fleece inside material. Super comfy. And then if it gets really warm and hot, you just take the zipper and you unzip the bottom part of the pants and you get shorts. You can wear it even in hot weather. What more can you want? Something transformable like this that is comfortable to wear long, with the long sleeve or long leg, but then you could also make it shorter. That's, I think, very clever, because as you transition, because let's be honest about this, it's not like we're changing clothes every day. We're usually, if we're hanging in lockdown at home, you spend in the same PJs or the same jogging pants, sweatpants, like at least a week. You do take your shower, but then you go back into your comfy clothes again. So might as well have something that you could just shorten or long and lengthen if you need to. So I think that comfort and strategically cutting and developing patterns for clothes that can change on you, that you literally wear as a second skin because you are at home a lot, so you don't have to go there all the time, changing, switching up because you're going out, coiffing the hair, you know. Oh, another thing which is really going to be in, do I have it here somewhere? Yeah. For the hair, for those of us like me who I hasn't cut my hair because of the lockdown, hairs are growing for a lot of people. And I think what also helps a lot if you have like oily hair, whatever, I'm not going to put it on now because I have a lot of makeup on, but if you don't do makeup, and you don't do makeup if you're at home, obviously, but you go to the supermarket, you just want to keep it kind of, make it look clean or preppy. Headbands. Headbands are going to be back. I have a Vivienne Westwood, let's center it properly. Chaos headband here made out of wool. So, you know, this is me sometimes, but also, so headbands are really, and especially if you're living in colder places, just to cover your ears so you don't get the wind on them. This is a beautiful thing to keep you kind of open here, get some fresh air at the top of your head because you're going to leave the house, not so much. This is going to keep you safe and warm because your immune system is lowered because you haven't spent a lot of time outside, so you haven't been exposed to a lot of germs like you usually are. So your immune system goes down automatically because it's not battling all the germs anymore like it used to. So you need stuff like this to keep healthy and kicking. So these are going to be in 2021. I also think that caps, especially for guys, because if you do get the oily hair and you don't have the time to wash it, you put a cap on and all of this still looks super dandy and clean. Same applies if you have really short hair. I think caps are going to be the accessory. Caps and headbands. Now, when it comes to, I have also a scarf in here, by the way. When it comes to, I think when it comes to, well, we won't be traveling that much, but when it comes to color patterns, I think earthy tones are really in. Now, we're talking ochre, we're talking like terracotta, you know, or the more Americanized pronunciation, terracotta. Latte macchiato. I actually heard somebody say once, latte macchiato. Girl, latte macchiato is not a thing for 2021. Latte macchiato, yeah. But that color, lightly stained milk coffee, you know, that type of hue of brown, gorgeous. That's beautiful. Earthy tones, back to earth. We're craving nature to get out of these four walls and go back into nature, reconnect with nature. So green, mossy tones, earthy tones, simpler, naturally colored tones. I'm craving them like crazy. They're totally going to be a thing in 2021, whether they be implemented in makeup or in clothing, what have you. That's something to definitely consider and look forward to, because earthy tones, when you have them in your wardrobe, you never let go of them. You always keep going back to them because they are timeless. They are style. They're not just fashion. They are style. Earthy tones have always been style. Beige hues, brown hues, burgundy reds imbued with more warm ambery tones. We're talking that type of color pattern. Let's read some more comments. Hit the like button, people. Yeah, hit the like button. We need more likes. Thank you. April Spritz says, outfits that will work with masks. Unfortunately, I have to add this as another trend for 2021, even though I'm against it, but I'm sure it's going to happen. A lot of luxury brands are also going to keep pushing the expensive masks, you know. They're all going to make their version of a luxurious mask that's going to cost a lot of money. And I find that really tasteless because the mask is there to save your life against something terrible. So to kind of profit off of that, I find that extremely tacky. Masks should be actually given out for free to help people. That's like, why are we paying taxes? That tax money should be spent to produce masks and given for free to the people. But unfortunately, and we're already seeing it in 2020, this trend of these brands making these masks, yes, that's going to continue into 2021. Terrible, yes, they should be for free, but they're going to keep doing it. Clothing with incorporated masks, that is not comfortable. I do not think that's going to happen because, you know, having like hoodies, like you can pull them all the way up to block yourself and then having like a mask. I've seen some brands actually do that. It looks terrible and it's really uncomfortable to wear. So some are going to try to go there. They're not going to sell though. They're not going to sell. Daniel says, I want comfort, 100% comfort. There you have it. Gursharan Singh, you sound like Christiane Louboutin. Comfort? I don't know her. Caleb, we can only hope tasteless logo mania will finally die. Logos will still exist. I think logos are going to become less obvious because people are spending more time at home. Who are you going to show off the logo to? To yourself? Maybe for selfies, you post them on your social media. But logos, I think, are not going to go away. They're still going to be there. I think people are maybe waking up more to the fact that they don't need the logos. Like, because why are you paying a brand to wear its logo? The brand should be paying you to promote them. Instead, you're paying the brand money to promote the brand. I mean, that's the twisted society we live in. Andrew, Avani says, please, no more athleisure. Sporty Spice gets a pass, though. Jack says, tailored sweatsuits? Tailored sweatsuits could be a thing, but you need to have space under the armpits. You need to have freedom of movement. You don't want that fabric cutting you in there. But tailored to a certain degree, yes. Andrew, I think the beauty of that soft, muted winter-style color palette and woolly texture and thick fabrics will permeate throughout 2021. Debbie says, oh, good. It's not just me wearing the same cozy sweats for days. No, it's not just you, babes. It's just that we're the only ones willing to admit it. Caleb, I think we will see a bit of more minimalism. Gabriella Hurst, now going to Chloe as well, confirmed this assumption to me. Minimalism, I love that word. Because minimalism can also be very sophisticated. So minimalism doesn't mean simple, you guys. Minimalism does not equal simple. Gurcharan, widen and lengthen adult versions of those clothes that change size as you grow. Originally made for children. Yeah. I have a couple of those. My mom bought me oversized when I was a kid. I still wear them. They still fit. Andrew said, Aladdin Machito sounds like a villain from Aladdin. Andrew says, forest green, dark teals, steel blues, military green, rust, burgundy darling. I'm seeing burgundy darling. Burgundy for autumn. Groundbreaking. Yes, it is, Miranda. It is. Not Miranda. I meant Miranda from The Devil Wears Prada. Because Miranda is in the chat. So I don't want her to think I meant her. Oh, and also something in the 2020 Pantone colors of the year. This yellow and gray reminds me of Les Jardins de Monsieur Lee. Miranda says, reminds me of the theory you posted on Instagram with style. I commented about wearing a dress for days at a time and how there's a merge that happens. I'm interested to see how we emerge from lockdown. With longer hair, for sure. Vanny says, I agree in predicting slightly more minimal affectations, especially with makeup. I think the Insta-baddie trend is mellowing out, moving into the new year. Haha. Vanny also says, lots more clean beauty, methinks. I can tell you this, definitely this over-the-top made-up mug, you know, like made up for the gods, singed for the gods, that whole attitude, it's over. And I've noticed this, I think it's dated. It just doesn't feel fresh anymore. RuPaul's Drag Race, the whole attitude about it, for example, is so sad. I know that they shot the season before all of this hit, but watching it during the lockdown, it felt so old and out of touch with time. I think even the drag community is changing and evolving. Like, it's all going to be more toned down, not necessarily boring, but just find other ways of expression that are not just like screaming in your face, slapping you without sophistication. I think sophistication will be toning down. And sophisticated will be really appreciated for what it is, which is quality, which we have lost. All we know how to use nowadays are hot glue guns. Heaven forbid you were to take a thread and a needle and try to sew something together. No, hot glue gun, that stuff. And that's changing. Maybe it's also changing because people during lockdown have been doing a lot of tutorials on YouTube and learning how to do a lot of wonderful and amazing things like sewing and putting stuff together. So that's also a great thing. And I'm really looking forward to all the Etsy accounts popping up like mushrooms and everybody selling stuff on Etsy, because what are you going to do? You got to improvise. You got to survive some way. So survival is key. A lot of people have lost a lot of money this year. So 2021, our fashion word du jour, because fashion is a parasite. Fashion utilizes people's happiness, but fashion also utilizes people's misery. It's the way, that's how fashion lives, you guys. And what is fashionable is misery, because people are hungry. So survival. So what's going to happen? 2021 is about survival. Everything that revolves around survival will be fashionable. So fashion will take survival and will build a whole empire around survival. Whether it be, I don't know, going out to buy your food, but staying as safe as possible, having a sort of cocoon for the supermarket. That's probably going to be fashionable because it's about survival. It's like something practical to survive. And again, survival, second word du jour is practical. It has to be practical and functional. Third word du jour, functional. Survival, practical, functional. These things are going to lead you through the year, and you're going to see everything revolve around them. Comfortable sneakers, high heels, a thing of the past. Who wants a high heel now? Nobody. There's not going to be a high heel unless you have a fetish for it. Then you just collect the darn shoe. That's fine. But otherwise, you're going to wear comfy shoes so that you can walk along. And also so that you can speed up on the street in case you're passing by somebody who's coughing or, heaven forbid, who knows doing what. And you just want to kind of veer around them. And you're gonna have to have comfy shoes, and you're gonna have to have comfy shoes also out of need, because you're spending a lot of time at home not exercising, and the muscle tone is just dying off. So you're gonna be tired much quicker. The moment you start, here's hoping that in 2021 we do start going out more and that we do start enjoying life more outdoors. If that happens, and when that happens, here's hoping that we get comfortable sneakers and shoes to go out and do that, because we won't have a good condition. Our bodies won't be really trained anymore in doing long-term walking and stuff like that. We're going to be exhausted. We're going to need comfortable shoes. So comfort for survival is a key word as well. Savani says lots more clean beauty methinks. So also these, the makeups, you still, people who are working from home and are doing their Zoom meetings, they're going to, of course, still have this upper part of their body. We've heard it already now happening for 2020. Nobody's wearing, and you're wearing underwear down there, but up there you kind of have to be put together for your Zoom meetings. There's still not a lot of people. A lot of people really just lost their jobs. But for those lucky ones who still do Zoom meetings and who still have jobs, they're probably still going to wear something decent up here. And the makeup is going to be toned down, but it's going to start matching the spotlights, because if you want to look good for your business meeting and you're going to have your ring lamp or what have you, and it's kind of, it tends to over illuminate you a little bit, so you do have that kind of washed out, a little bit of a bleached effect, depending what skin tone you are. Of course, you're going to want to counter that with a bit of contouring. So there's going to be a bit more heavier contouring going on, I think, just to add a little bit more depth to the face. That's something that's probably going to happen if the Zoom meetings keep being a thing in 2021. Otherwise, if not, even that's going to go away. The contouring, less contouring, more roundness. We're all going to look like Blythe dolls. You don't know what a Blythe doll is? Check it out. I think the concept of Blythe, late 60s, early 70s style, that's coming back in vogue. And I'm not talking about Alessandro Michele for Gucci. That type of that's passé. That's really tacky, not working. Didn't work when it came out. It still ain't working for me. And yes, I have heard some people on my channel say, it's viral. If it goes viral, it's great. Just because something goes viral on social media does not mean it's good. Because otherwise, if it were, one, we would still have somebody as president next year who kept going viral with everything on social media. Doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean it's good, boo, because otherwise you would still have that person in power. Second, who says viral is always good? What's the most trending word 2020? What went viral? Literally, a virus went viral. 2020. And you want that in your blood, in your body? No, you don't. but it went viral. So there you have it. Proof that not always what goes viral is good. So I think we're going to see that comfort. A very important thing. People are going to start investing more money for less pieces because they won't be buying 50,000 outfits for super cheap money because you can afford it if you buy it really cheap at these fast fashion stores. But you might consider buying one really good piece to have that's really good quality. It's going to last you a long time. That is really has heritage, that it's made locally, sustainable. Sustainable fashion isn't sustainable, but at least sustaining and helping sustain your local economy. So stuff, if you're living in America, stuff produced in America. If you're living in Europe, stuff made in Europe. Supporting also the shops around you. That's something that is really in, I think, for 2021, being more aware of helping each other, of sustaining each other, ordering from local businesses, and then local businesses will then react to that by delivering products that you need because they listen to you more than these big corporate brands. The big corporate brands don't really listen. I mean, they make you believe through their marketing that you need a product that they're selling. But local businesses actually listen to your needs and adapt to what you need. You see, that's a really big difference here between what corporate is and what local is. And so 2021 will become more localized. Thank goodness. I hope it goes more into that localization segment the more time passes. 2021 is a great opportunity to start going there, or to, let's say, go there even more, because we've already begun going there in 2020. I know I have, at least. And so that will definitely influence the way that we go on from here on out, meaning what we do, how we dress, because we're talking about trend forecasts for fashion mostly, and how these local brands react to also our needs. Because you can't go to a mass store. You can't, I don't want to say there, I don't even want to promote them. You can't go there and say, hey, could you make this like this for me because it fits me better? They're going to laugh at your face like, boo, get out of here. I don't have time for that. I got a queue of people waiting to pay for their made in China by little kids clothes. They're waiting in line for that. And locally, you can go to your local store and you say, hey, this sleeve is a little bit long, like, even no matter what size I try, and then be like, oh, sure, we could make it a bit longer for you. Of course we can. You help each other out, and that's the type of service. Survival and service, another word du jour. It's definitely going to be very, very important for 2021, is that sense of survival and that sense of what is important for us in terms of how we think that we can make the world a better place around us, because we're going to be more and more aware of health and leading a healthy life, seeing how precious it is to have health around you, because when you don't have health around you, like this huge lockdown that we're going through because there is no health around us, what it does to your soul, not just to your body, but like how lonely you become, isolated, depressed. So health is going to become a huge trend in 2021 as well, for sure. Let's read some more comments. I love my huge YSL scarf to hide the mask. Vanny says, I agree in predicting slightly more minimal affectations, especially with makeup. Oh, we did that already, right? Daniel says, if everyone was getting free masks, I would not care about luxury masks. But with poor people struggling to get access to masks, I have a problem with luxury masks. EABC, I love my huge YSL scarf to hide my mask. All right, got that one. Aperol Spritz, Dacob, preach. I totally agree. GVTS should make, what is GVTS? Sure, everyone who needs, governments, right. Governments should make sure everyone who needs a mask gets one. In where I live, we can get masks relatively cheap through the government distribution, 20 cents per, that's a good price, but still, they should be free. But better than having to pay $20 for one, 20 cents. Daniel says, I admit it, I wear mine for several days before I wash them. You see? Everybody does. Gurcharan says, let's see. Tea colors? Don't get it twisted. Andrew says, I don't think the Zoom working meetings are going anywhere. My boyfriend's company practically canceled any coming into the office in 2021 as well. Andrew says, I think the situation will finally dig a 6-foot grave for Michaela's tacky over-the-top logomania and crazy surgery room catwalks, and finally put Gucci in the cemetery with Prada and Versace. Rest in peace. Ooh, preach, mama. But Alessandro Michele with Gucci just released this like series of 6 movies, short films with none other than Gus Van Sant as director or co-director with Alessandro Michele. I found them quite interesting, I have to say, but just because I love Gus Van Sant. But of course the fashion, really not for me. And it's also, it's not that popular anymore. It's like really, you know, it's losing. It's because it's not evolving. He's not imbuing anything new into it. It keeps being a celebration of itself. It's self-celebratory, the Gucci Alessandro Michele stuff. It keeps celebrating itself over and over and over and over again. It's always the same thing. You don't even know what's the new collection, what's the old collection anymore. And it's just, it gets boring, unfortunately. He's not evolving. Survival in fashion pieces too. Leather, fur, capes. I mean, I'm hoping they're going to go more and more away from leather and fur. You know, I hope so. But who knows? How does one easily wear sunglasses with a mask? Mine have been so neglected this year. You can't. They just fog up. You cannot wear sunglasses with a mask. And I would love to insert this as a trend for 2021, but you can't. How are you going to create sunglasses with an incorporated mask? You could create glasses that have like a clip-on thing that you just clip on your mask there and then it covers the nose, but then it doesn't cover the nose properly. I've tried it all, girl. I've tested stuff out at home. It doesn't work. Glasses and masks. They don't like each other. Gucci says, oh, so you know Michelle Visage's black and gold look on Ireland's Got Talent? And has anyone started watching back at American Idol videos, especially hilarious angry auditions? I have not seen it. Jack Dean says, and viral isn't always bad. No, it's not always bad. No, not at all. Especially not to the people who go viral. Caleb says, I don't think the Zoom working meetings are going anywhere. Right, we read that before. My boyfriend's company practically canceled any coming into the office in 2021 as well. Plus, so many people, example, are leaving California. Silicon Valley is employing people out of state knowing they can work remotely and they can pay them less since they're not living in pricey California. And also because people want to move out of California because of all the taxes. So that's another reason why a lot of the good people that know how to do the job are not living there anymore. Guchan says, what about light flowy clothes, but minimalistically sophisticated? Guchan, this is going to come out of need. I do believe that the muumuu is coming back in full force. The muumuu is back for 2021 because we're all going to be rolling like blobs around the city and we're going to need those tents to cover us. Long live the muumuu for 2021. That's going to be a thing. I think denim is out. Wool and jersey is in. I think lycra is out. And I think that more modernized synthetics are in that have a bit more texture to them, that absorb sweat and are more breathable. That's in. I think high heels are out. Sneakers are in. I think... funny enough, I think lipstick is in, but I think the rest of the makeup is going to be minimalistic. It's going to be like you either do an eye or you do a lip. You're not going to do both. It's going to be more simplified. However, I do believe that the nude look and the nude shoes, that's out. We're done with that. It's going to be more of a statement piece. You can have one tab of color and the rest is going to be more au naturel. And then one tab of color is going to be the statement, the symbol. That's 2021. It symbolizes survival. It's the dot. It's like the punctuation. It's like writing a sentence, finishing it with a full stop, meaning I have lived, I'm alive, I'm writing, and I'm finishing this sentence. That full stop is that dot of color. That's 2021. So, you guys, I do hope you liked this video. I've read some of the comments. It was a lot of fun. If you did like this video, also if you have any ideas what you think is going to be really in for 2021, let me know in the comment section down below, because I would love to see how it evolves, where it goes from there. It's also really good for like all marketing strategies, like to understand what is it that the people want, what is it that the people need. Survival and how everything revolves around survival. That's the topic for 2021 in terms of style and fashion. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel here on YouTube. Push the notifications button as well. Like this video if you liked it. And consider becoming a member. Join my Fashion Bunker family as a member of the Fashion Bunker family. I'm repeating myself. Yeah, Dacob, I am. Also, you can join me on Patreon, become a patron today, and get access to special limited exclusive videos that do not hit YouTube, as well as previews. You can also follow me on Instagram, Super Dacob, all spelled together. I also have other channels, profiles on Instagram that I curate. One is called Coco Chanel is in my house, and the other one, Coco Chanel Privé, all spelled together. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, in a wonderful world of style and fashion, we never forget the biggest trend of 2021 is to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Mwah.